Hey yo, I'm gonna be reacting to X-Arm episode number 11. I'll be watching it from Crunchyroll's website, and I'll be starting my reaction in 1, 0, go! Proof of Humanity. I already love the edge behind that title. Yo, the dude sounds like he's about to bust a nut when he's like, oh. I gotta admit, that is pretty damn impressive. Huh. At least that explains his massive amounts of powers then. Oof. And it's a shame too, because right when he managed to see the clone of his brother, it's instantly taken away from him, the potentially happy moment. But I mean, I guess you could say it's luck that he's able to interact with his brother, even if it's a clone, for this long. Usually in these type of scenarios, though, the people that are in the spot of Akira's brother usually die, unfortunately. That's my gut feeling. Okay, Beta looks like he's completely lost when he's like, yeah. The animation actually doesn't look that bad, surprisingly. At least it's better than the running animation I've seen in some animes that cheap out, where they're just running like this, doing the Naruto running style. Okay, everyone opened his mouth. It looked a bit awkward, though. But at least this time, his orc shooting the bullets actually land on the target. So that's a visual upgrade over some of the stuff we've seen in early episodes of the X-Arm series. No shame in tactically retreating. In saying that, though, he's probably going to need backup by someone like maybe even Alm or someone else. Oof. I mean, that kind of sucks. Maybe because he had a power source that allowed him to fire multiple shots, or he was combining multiple X-Arms at once. That could be my guess. Yeah, had a feeling that had to be paired up with another X-Arm. Damn! I guess you're the prevents Akira from being potentially broken, though. Please let it be a minute. What the fuck? 15? Yeah, ironically enough, the length of time. I wonder if they're going to actually try to avoid it 15 minutes in real time, or is it going to be a shorter span than what's perceived as 15 minutes? I mean, at least our Alma's got her cardio game down pat. I mean, yeah, he kind of has to realize that. Oh! That even looks like the worst way of going down. But there's no way he's gonna die, though. Because it feel like if Akira were to go down like that, it'd be like one of the most anticlimactic deaths in anime. So I doubt he's gonna go off in that way. But you never know, though. You never know. But I gotta say, though, so far, even though, yes, X-Arm is doing X-Arm things, at least they finally give the org its own bit in the opening, finally. Considering the amount of times it's been shown off in the last few episodes, it's been a long time coming. Now, in saying that though, at least now the animation quality of this episode is getting rid of some of the issues I had in the previous episode. Even though, yes, it still has the wonky X-Arm quality that I'd expect in an X-Arm anime, which is sad that the sounds are that low. At the very least now, bullets are landing on their actual targets. The running animation doesn't look so wonky. And it actually looks like it's properly paced running, so... Hooray for the series finally becoming... mediocre visually? Yay! Yeah, because even there in like that bit in the opening, in one of the early episodes, it shows off that when Org was running one of the early episodes, he did like the bullshit Naruto run. Thankfully, you don't have the bullshit Naruto run in this week's episode. Hopefully Org has some kind of capabilities where it's got some kind of aura that can harm Beta for eating it. Ain't hot shit anymore. Oh, no. Looks like his auctioneer's gonna die and kick the bullet this time. Sounds like he's about to bust a nut, and he's like, number 11. This series never ceases to amuse me in an ironic way. Okay, now it's looking like it's moving in slow motion with the tentacles trying to go towards Akira. I think it would have fit if the motion there would have been a little bit quicker. I like I hear as he's getting bigger, it kind of looks like a censored dildo on screen. Reasonable action. I mean, I'd say their lives matter a lot more than the current scenario, even though it's fucked up. This dude's gonna get killed. The guy with the trench coat? I mean, hey, considering he was working with shading people, you know what they say, you live by the blade and you die by it. Just the way life is. Honestly, from that dick, it looks like a giant dick growing. If I'm being honest. Huh. Okay, that seems like fucked up, though. At least I mean, I guess I understand why they wouldn't want to wait for Rocket to tackle things on, because even though, yes, if they use nuke, a lot of civilians could die. If they don't use a nuke, the situation could become worse, where it might end up being a scenario where a nuke wouldn't be effective in killing Beta. So I could see the rationale for the higher-ups of wanting to go for the kill blow like that. Looks like he had aged by decades being inside of him. Maybe Auctioneer transferred it to Akira to try to bait a Beta. At least that's what I would hope. Oh yeah, oh. Okay, this Beta dude needs to be fucking taken down. I hope he gets busted up. And he's talking about the X-Arm as if it was a fucking toy that can just be casually utilized too. Talk about a dude with zero remorse for his actions. I hope that's the face of a man who's got a plan. But it doesn't look like it. Oh! No! He did the switcheroo that I was expecting. Oh! Damn, that's badass! Yes! Get wrecked, Beta. Good. I've been waiting for this for a long ass time. I mean, hey, he's got to realize that that's the clone of his brother. And even if that would have been his brother, and his brother would want this to happen, he'd want Beta to be taken down. That's a good point. I was even thinking the same thing, too, considering the intelligence of Auctioneer. Talk about a man with ambition. Whoa. I'm assuming that's probably X-Arm number 16. Yeah, I had a feeling because we already knew the abilities of a number 11 in the other one. Kind of reminds me of Dio's ability from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I mean, at this point, it feels like, hey, that's still, even though it's not powerful, it's pretty dang useful, though. Considering he was able to transfer the X-Arms to his brother in this short amount of time. Huh. Oh. Oh, that explains where he gained the white hair. I thought it was got the white hair the moment he landed inside of Beta. I'd like to see him keep the same stance though once he gets sucked into a black hole. Should he be so sure about that though? But that's if it was just X-Arm number 11. That's why it's expanding in size. No wonder. That's actually pretty darn strategic. Unless, say, Akira's brother has some kind of like explosive inside of himself, or at least a clone. That's another option they can go for. Well, you know, where there's a rolls away, I don't think necessarily he's out for the count. I gotta admit, whenever Beta isn't talking, the CG doesn't look that bad. It's like the way they render the mouth movements, though, it looks a little bit off. Yeah, like when he's I mean, I understand the effect, though, since it's hard to make something mechanical look smooth when it comes to lip syncing. But still, though, it looks a bit wonky in a few places. That ain't though. That's like the worst time to be excited about seeing a humongous monster, though. But I mean, youthful playfulness now. That's just his perspective. I mean, technically, yep, I knew he was gonna set an explosive on himself. Damn! Talk about absolute conviction. Wanting to turn himself into a suicide bomber just to defeat Beta, but hey, you know what? It's worth it considering the amount of lives Beta wants to take out. It's a necessary sacrifice. For Akira, of course. I mean, he is a clone, but Akira's gonna have to go with it. It will, but he's gonna have to deal with the pain because a lot more other people are gonna be hurt, like his friends. You know, that's what I like about this specific episode. Has the themes of even though yes, say someone is a clone, their memories make them their own personality. Hmm. He's actually right on that. Well, no, I'd say he's more than just a clone though, because he's the one who chose to do this. I think he's tough on himself. He definitely had to hear those words right there. I gotta admit, this scene is actually touching in its own way. Hell yeah. The lip syncing for Auctioneer could be better, but hey, at the very least, it ain't the most wonky looking CG animation in this series. Thankfully, he's definitely taken that saying to heart, and he's made it as part of his life. And that won't do it, but the black hole from the X-Arm number 11 would. Okay, was it the explosion? That looks like shit. Like, honestly, scenes before that didn't look that awkward. At least the CGI for the scientist doesn't look that bad, though. You can tell this episode they're at least trying, or not trying. They probably try every episode, but I'd venture to guess that this episode has the better staff for X-Arm. Hmm. I mean, you really can't call it desperation if it works, though. Damn, he looks pretty damn cool doing that. I ain't gonna lie. One of the instances where I'm like, damn, that looks good. And now he should have Beta should definitely retract the statement of, oh yeah, Auctioneer died in vain. That's rich coming from the dude that caused massive amounts of genocide. Good. In a way, at the very least, they'll be able to end this series on a neat bow. If it ends this episode. I mean, if it ends the series. Nah, go with it. Yes! Sounds like it's being. Hey, you know what? I like this. Hearing him being crushed to death by a black hole. It couldn't have happened to a more deserving bastard. Damn. Gotta admit, what he did was the definition of badass. They still gotta explain why Yuga loves Akira so much, though. Finally, we're seeing, this time when Manami's smiling, it actually fits the scenario. So, like, when she randomly smiles when something bad happens. Hell yeah. Finally, the chief has some character development, too, and calling Akira Akira. I mean, hey, if the series ends off like that, I wouldn't mind that much. I mean, hey, she had no choice. I don't think she should blame herself, though. Minami. Huh. That's true. He actually pulled off an epic feat. And I like that how even he refers to the auctioneer as his own person. That's nice. Alright. Hopefully it ends. Because honestly, I don't know how he can go after this. Like, where else can you head? Okay, that's not cheesy. Come on, at least Andrew the fucking smile. Like, I was taking this so seriously. And then that awkward smile. No. Honestly, this episode, it had all the emotion on it, so I was like, alright, yeah, I can get behind this. And then that nightmare-inducing smile just shows up, and I'm like, no. That's like the thing that haunts dreams, that traumatizes people forever. Now, let me just check on mine, let's just be sure if it actually ends, though. Let me check. Because it says episode 11. Most animes have like 12 episodes or 13. Because I need to know just if I should rate it overall. Let me see. Yeah, it's 11 episodes. Wow. It actually ended. Oh, wait, no, that's the promise note. Stupid man, unless I was hitting on X arm. Let's see. Oh, it's listed for 12. Wow. There's one episode left. Fuck! Now, all jokes aside, though, the content in the episode wasn't that bad. At least this episode and the previous one keep X arm from being the worst anime of the season. It's still an overall bad anime, but at least it's not as awful as Idols, so hooray, I guess. Oh boy, I wonder if it's going to set up a season 2. Unless... How was that explosion just when I was taking it seriously? Wow. So they're saying up, because no matter what the conflict is... Oh, okay. Looks like hopefully they resolve everything in the final episode. But honestly though, what kind of annoys me is you have this epic cliffhanger, but no matter which antagonist they have in the next episode, they're not going to have as much emotional connection to Akira like a beta. So it's like, why in the hell are they trying to introduce a conflict at the end of the episode? It just feels freakishly pointless. But in saying that, I'll give the episode... This episode itself was good, but the ending just pissed me the fuck off. I'm like... Is there really a point? It feels like now they're introducing conflict just for the sake of conflict. Because right up to this point, Beta going up against Akira and the anti-X Arm squad, that conflict was good. It felt like the conflict had a purpose. They had a connection with each other. They hated each other. I was like, alright. This fits. Then this episode just takes a dump all over that, and I'm like, really? But, in saying that though, I liked the episode enough where if I were to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 overall for it's above average. But something's ruined it. Like, the bad lip syncing with Beta kind of ruined a few scenes because it was immersive breaking. The explosions were all funky looking. And then the smile from Akira. I was like, if it wasn't for shit like that, this episode could have been an 8 out of 10. And if this episode was hand-drawn, it could have been a 9 out of 10. But that's where I docket points for that because it's immersion breaking. And saying that, some of the action looked good. I did like the fact that Auctioneer sacrificed his life. It made his death more memorable at the very least. And we got a bigger understanding of Akira's brother all in this singular episode. Vocal performances were amazing. And the animation, it wasn't the worst looking X-Arm episode in the series, but episode 10 looked better. Good because the animators love Alma a lot. But yeah, that's how I feel. But overall, it wasn't bad, but the visuals kind of ruined it a bit. You can tell they put their load into episode 10, the animators. But yeah, these are my thoughts on the episode, y'all. Well, anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts. I hope y'all comment down your thoughts on how I feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope y'all rate the vid, share it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later if you come back for more, everyone. Bye-bye.